Hey, what's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we have not one, but two guests. We have David Harrison joining us from Locked On Commanders Podcast. You guys hear him on the Commanders press conferences and things like that, asking questions. He's all over the Washington Commanders team. We brought him on to ask him about a defensive coordinator, and it turns out last night he was all over that story when it all dropped. Went live on Locked On Commanders podcast. We have Lou Holder joining us. We will find out what's on Lou's mind. We will also go around the NFL. Not a whole bunch there. We had two games, AFC Championship and the NFC Championship game that we'll talk about. And if Al decides to join us, we will have Al's foursome to tell us the top four players from this weekend's performance in the NFL. I hope y'all ready. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go. Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. The most important part, though, is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. That's how we grow. That's how we continue the show. I am joined by, the boss, HR. You all know her as Lady Antoinette. I know her as the Fine Lady. How are you? How did you handle the snow?
Mother Nature got fined.
Oh, she got fined? I got it. I get it. She did too much.
This weather is just ridiculous. Like the snow, the ice, we're not going to see above freezing for like another week. Like, how are we going to unthaw in the Washington, D.C. area? How is that gonna happen?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Texas survived COVID. Texas survived heat waves and rains, but ice will shut us down.
Y'all don't do well in ice. I tell you that.
We don't do well
last
at all.
Time y'all had a bunch of ice, the whole state just shut down.
It'll shut us down. It'll shut us down. Let's bring in our guy, DH, David Harrison. How are you, David?
Hey, David.
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, I got to ask, how many movies have you watched with all of this snow?
Movies? None. I've watched a lot of tape. That's pretty much what I spend my days doing is
good answer.
Pretty much football from the time I wake up till I go to bed, and in a few hours in there for the wife. So that's pretty much whether it doesn't matter if there's snow or no snow. That's pretty much what I do.
Listen, I have to say to you, David, I was going to ask this question of you offline, but since you grinding with tape, man, can we get you back in a month so we can find out what we need to targets of that nature? Because you're doing the grinding.
Yeah, I mean a month exactly. I'm gonna be, I think, in Indianapolis for the NFL scouting combine, so we'll have to see if that can work. But yeah, I mean at some point, either before or after, absolutely.
We'll work the date. We'll work the dates. Yeah, we'll work the dates. We'll work the dates to make sure we know we can get that all in. But you are totally grinding, and I get it. You have been heads down reporting and things of this nature. That's why I needed you on. I wanted to talk about the DC search, and what do you know? It has come to a head. We have settled on a defensive coordinator, one that's local. Go ahead, tell us about him.
Yeah, Durante Jones. He's from everybody's backyard out here. I've given a couple of shout outs to Bowie TV and obviously Candy Waller, the president of Bowie TV. I've proposed the idea that Bowie TV gets the first question to Coach Jones. when it comes time to do the press conference. So we'll have to see if the schedule is aligned and all that stuff. But either way, she's going to get her questions in to coach. But it's been a full circle, just kind of trip, right? And I think it's going to be a really cool moment for Coach Jones. I'm looking forward to getting to meet him. Obviously, looking forward to get to know him over the course of his employment with the Washington Commanders and all those things. And I think that his background is incredibly diverse. Like, he's come from a lot of different schools of NFL defenses, college defenses. But what I really like about him, man, honestly, is he's grinded out everything he's ever, like, there's been nothing that has been given to him. Everything that he's gotten has been earned. And I think that's a great kind of battle scar to be able to bring into a locker room. Because when you're talking to these young guys, especially, or you're talking to these veterans, like, clout matters, to a certain extent, and people knowing that you have earned every stripe you're wearing is gonna pay dividends for him.
Lady A.
So, in general, as far as the defense is concerned, what about the other coaches that are involved and
Yeah.
trainers and things? What do you see? What changes are you seeing as a result of this coordinator position?
So I do anticipate some changes. Which changes we're going to see are still kind of unknown, but I think Durante Jones is going to have the opportunity to put his mark on the coaching staff. And, this is pretty common business when there's a new head coach or a new coordinator. They get the opportunity to kind of bring in their own people. And, we saw David Blau bring in a new quarterback coach, assistant quarterback coach, and all those things. So I think that Durante Jones is going to have the opportunity. Right now, I mean, I think that, honestly, if you're looking at it, if you're a secondary coach, you might be probably the most kind of at risk, right? Durante Jones is a back end type of guy. That's where he's really made his money. If he's got an assistant DB coach out there who's ready to be a DB coach, then you might bring him in. And so then you might see Tommy Donatel, move on to somewhere else. And we'll have to see, Jason Simmons as a defensive pass game coordinator. What is that relationship going to be? Because, again, you have a guy who's coming from a defensive pass game coordinator position. Does he want to have one of those? It's not, every staff doesn't necessarily have one of those, although a lot of them do today. So it'll be interesting. I can't tell you like which coaches are going to be on their way out and which coaches are going to be staying, but certainly I think in the next 5 to 7 days, you're going to see probably at least 1 or 2 coaches move on or get replaced.
Okay.
Oh, okay, DH. So we know that we have our offensive coordinator already. You just spoke about the assistant quarterbacks coach and the new quarterbacks coach coming in. How is the rest of that staff being assembled?
Yeah, so Bobby Johnson's out as the O-line coach. You got a new O-line coach, new assistant O-line coach, new quarterback coach, new assistant quarterbacks coach. So, all those guys right now, they're hard at work. And that's the great thing about the offseason is, Martin Mayhew, I can never remember what Martin used to call it, to be quite honest with you, but we had a conversation once and he's like, I don't call it the offseason. I think he calls it like the non-playing season, maybe, because the NFL is a 24/7 business, 365. There's very little time to actually be quote unquote off if you're in the NFL. And even players like I was talking to one of the players today about the D coordinator, and this guy's an offensive player, and to be quite honest with you, he's like, oh, I don't know like anything about him. I don't know what's going on with him, things like that, because he's working out, he's training, he's trying to get ready for the 2026 NFL season. So everybody's a part, but everybody's working on their part of what's going to become the 2026 Washington Commanders, right? So all those coaches are getting to know each other. They're getting to know Coach Blau from that perspective. The good news is, some of the coaches that are new to positions were promoted from within, so they've been around. Some of the guys who've been brought in obviously know David Blau from his past, so they all know each other to a certain extent. It's just about making them one unified front, and that's really the first step to David Blau proving himself as an NFL offensive coordinator, is getting his staff on the same page.
Right.
One more question before I give it back to Lady A. Okay. No, go ahead, Lady A. No, go. No, we can do it back and forth.
Okay. So iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the two coordinators and their style, like what type of things do you kind of see that may come about once they kind of go head to head in practices and things like that?
Yeah, a lot of mental gymnastics is I think is what's going to happen, right? I think David Blau's offense is going to have a lot of unique looks. I think it's going to do some things, formation wise, but also do some things route tree wise, do some things in the run blocking, aspects that really challenge the eye discipline of the defense. And mind you, this is just kind of from what I've studied of David Blau's history and what I would like hope basically that he's going to bring to it. I don't know what David Blau's offense looks like right now. None of us do. So just take it with a grain of salt that I haven't seen it yet, but just studying where he's come from, kind of understanding how coaches tend to take from schools of thought that they've been around and things like that. And then some of the plays that we do know that David Blau brought into the Washington Commanders offense, even during the last 2 years under Cliff Kingsbury. So it's educated guesses, right? But they're still guesses. Like the word guess is still in there. But if it's accurate, then what the defense is going to get on a daily basis is challenge in their eye discipline. They're going to get challenged in their communication and the way that they operate, the way they see things, and the way that they execute. On the defensive side, I think you're going to get the same thing from Coach Durante Jones. He comes from a disguised background as well, a very aggressive background as well, in doing things like, bringing safeties up into the A gaps, between the centers and the guards on the line of scrimmage, and bringing 6 or 7 guys up to the line of scrimmage. Then we might be rushing 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. You have no idea. And what it does is it challenges the protection call. It challenges the checks. It challenges the quarterback's ability to read, react to what's going on. And it's going to help the mental part of the game. And the faster that everybody kind of gets on the same page and becomes used to that, I think that's going to be the biggest benefit and the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to watching as soon, like even OTAs. I've already got kind of a little bit of a mini game plan for myself. I'm gonna wear one of my little fancy mics and I'm going to sit there as best as I can and basically give a play-by-play. And as the offense is coming out, I'm going to go, trips right, shotgun, running back to the left, and then just do the best I can to verbally diagram the play so I can come back and sort it all out and kind of go through and get the best idea that I have of what a David Blau offense looks like. And on the other hand, what a defense is going to look like for the Commanders this year.
Perfect.
Well, I'm glad that you asked that question because it leads right into my question now. Like you said, Coach Jones is a back end guy, and the thing that we know that we need here in Washington is some front end help, some defensive end help, some pressure. And Minnesota was absolutely crazy with that thing. You never knew who was coming and who wasn't. What do you see Coach Jones wanting immediately help when it comes to this defense? Are we still looking immediate front pressure, like our down 4, a linebacker that comes relentless like Frankie Louisville did last year? Or
something?
I mean,
I think at the end of the day, like even a back end guy understands that the front end has a huge part to do with what happens on the back end. And so you need that pass rush up front. And Adam Peters has already been very, very, clear about, edge being one of those positions that they definitely need to go after this offseason. So no matter who the D coordinator was, what school they come from, I think that was always going to be the expectation.
Okay. Come on, Lydia. Okay. It looks like Al's having a little bit of stuff, like some frozen problems.
Just let it go, Al.
It's hoodie season, and we all got our hoodies on. It's hoodie season, right? So come on, Lydia.
So based off of the things that we know about these 2 coordinators, it's a 2-part. Number one, we need dogs for these 2 positions. And the first question is, do you think that these 2 would be the dogs that we really truly need under our head coach, who is a little more laid back?
So I think Dan Quinn, honestly, I think Dan Quinn's a little bit more intense than maybe the public realizes. And I think that he does a really good job of kind of understanding, like, when is it time to be the intense coach and when is it time to be, I don't want to say politician because it sounds shady, right? But it's really not like a shady version of a politician, but just understanding kind of the mood and the tempo of the room, right? Like Dan Quinn isn't going to come into a press conference and his job isn't to get us to run through, a 300-pound lineman. So he's not going to come in with kind of that type of an attitude. But, I can tell you I've had some offline conversations with DQ about football and about, plays that guys have made and things like that. And I will tell you right now, you get his blood going. Like he's an intense type of dude himself. But that being said, I think the interesting thing about the coordinator dynamic here is both of these guys are going to more show their aggression and their intensity in the style of play they get out of their players, right? They're not going to be like you see Dan Campbell with like the veins popping and the red face and like the spit coming from his mouth on the sideline. I don't know that you're going to see that from David Blau. Like you'll see some celebrations and things like that, but you're not going to get that kind of intensity out of him. But you're going to see, big shots. You're going to see big play opportunities. And what really stood out to me is going back and, again, trying to just figure out who David Blau is as a competitor from that aspect. And the few times he got to start a game in the NFL and come into a game as a starter, I should say, and be part of the game planning and scripting for the first 15 plays. Twice out of those 7 games, he hit a touchdown, deep touchdown pass, 75 yards or more in 2 of those 7 games. So this is a guy who absolutely wants to be aggressive, and that's where you're going to see it. On the defensive side, I think you're going to kind of see the same thing from Durante Jones. Like I don't know that you're going to get this like breathing fire on the sidelines or in the booth. Actually, we don't even know where he's going to call the defense from yet, type of guy. But when you watch the defense and he's going to want to be aggressive, that can look like a few different things depending on the roster. So that's going to be really interesting to see as well. But I think their intensity is going to show up more to us on the field, whereas their passion and all that stuff will show up more to the players in the meetings and the portions of practice that we don't get to see. We might see more of it in training camp because we get to be out there more, but I think that's going to be more the dynamic.
Okay, David, we have a question from our audience here. It says, David, are you hearing anything about Jaden and the receivers currently spending their off seasons going anywhere to throw?
No, I haven't heard anything about that right now. And Jaden, I will tell you this about Jaden, just his last offseason, and obviously as a young guy, like every year he's learning and might do something new and might do something different. But he was pretty close to the vest about what he was going to do in the offseason, didn't share a lot of what he was doing in his time. The only thing that he shared outside of NFL PR stuff, to be honest with you, was a school supply drive that he did back home. So I expect it to kind of be the same. And that's really kind of how this team operates. Like, unless you get, I'm trying to think of somebody like Terry's not really a big social media guy. Jalen Lane isn't a big, Luke McCaffrey isn't either. Like, there's really not a lot of like social media stars in that grouping that would be sharing, videos of those workouts. It doesn't mean that it won't happen per se, but truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if we show back up to OTAs and, we find out they've been working out together for, a month here, a week there, whatever it is. But I know that, this organization believes that it's incredibly valuable for those guys to put in some time together, even outside the organization and during the off season. I can't guarantee you it's going to happen, but I think it would be a good idea if it did.
Yeah, we did understand that Tyler, the center Tyler Badass, and Laramie Tunsil both told our Conley Jr. that he would spend time with them during this offseason. Yeah. So we do know that the offensive line, they do plan on spending some time together. Let's get back to how this defensive coordinator job came about, because there were a ton of people interviewed, and it's not the most desirable coaching job that was out there, right? But like I explained to some other people on the radio and things of that nature, if you take a job because of the player that you have, that's going to change. If you take a job because, the head coach that you have, that's going to change. So you have to sort of put your stamp on it, make a name for yourself. No. Why did Coach Jones take this job, and what took so long for them to come to the decision that he was the guy for them?
Yeah, I mean, that's a question that we're going to ask this week when we get to speak to Coach Jones for the first time. Certainly, I can't speak for him, to be honest with you, but I know the conversation of, this is a more attractive position, that's a more attractive position. Honestly, it's kind of an eye of the beholder type of scenario. Like, I've never been one in my professional life to shy away from a challenge. I've never been one to shy away from taking over an organization that was maybe struggling or wasn't, operating at peak performance, and not being afraid to come in and put new processes in and find new people and put people in the right place to be successful, and have confidence that we as a group, I might be the one that kind of dictates the process, but at the end of the day, it's going to take the group to make it happen and make it work. And then I could get those people pulling in the same direction. And, if you're a coach that has that kind of confidence, the key there is the leadership above you. Is the head coach expecting you to come in and run their system, or are they allowing you to have your system, or to even merge the systems and all those things? Is the general manager one that wants to work with his coaches, or is one that says, I'll pick the players, you make them work, and all those things? So those are all avenues and aspects of it. And then, of course, the ownership, right? Do you have an owner that is kind of checked out and not really interested in what's going on because that's going to help keep the GM in line and all these other things? Or do you have an owner that's too involved maybe? Like, so there's a lot of different aspects and every single person is different. So I try not to get too much into the debates over what is an attractive job and what's not an attractive job. But just for me personally, like if I see a roster that doesn't have a lot of solidified stars and guys that I know I'm inheriting that are just locked in their spot, but we've got a lot of cap space and I've got a GM that involves me in the decision-making process, to me, that's a beautiful landing spot, right? But to some people, I mean, they want the MVP candidates and they want the, I want a Hall of Famer on the edge and I want to shut down corner, else it's not an attractive job. To me, I would say that you're afraid of failure and you're not willing to generate your own success. But that's just the way that I see it versus the way somebody else might see it.
I got you. Lady A. You are messing with me right now. Come on, Al. Come. What did you do?
Blind men in the okay, I got
That's
that.
what she said. She said we look like three blind men and a lady.
Scene for a lady. Yeah, Dave. Hey, Dave, how you doing, man? Hopefully you're staying
doing good.
Warm, all that snow and weather.
I'm from Colorado, man. When it snows, I stay inside. That's what we do. I don't know. It's all the tourists that go outside in Colorado in the winter. The locals stay inside.
People should be doing. And some people need to come outside today. But anyway, what made what made them finally decide on Jones as their coordinator? Was that someone they really went after initially? Was he a desired candidate? Because no one really knew of him outside of this area that I've known, being an area guy, and was him being a local guy an important aspect to the hiring process?
So I can tell you that, from who I've talked to that's been, close to the process, him being local didn't really have an impact on whether or not, they found him desirable, things like that. Certainly, after the fact, it's like that cherry on top or that, that ace kicker in your hand and all those things. It's certainly a good thing to have, but it wasn't part of the, decision-making process to hire him or not. And actually, from my knowledge, he's actually the last guy that they interviewed, to be quite honest with you. Okay. And some of it, the question of, where was like Carl Scott? Like Carl Scott was a popular name, obviously, within that mix. Like, where was he, in this whole thing when it all came down to it? And if the Seahawks aren't going to the Super Bowl, do things turn out differently? Patrick Graham, it's always interesting because Patrick Graham, the day after this news breaks, he accepts a defensive coordinator job. So it's like, okay, was Patrick Graham, holding out for maybe the Washington job and things like that. And there's a lot of kind of what ifs, and over the next, months and even years, sometimes like you're going to find out information and things will come out about the process. But I think what's important to remember, because even if Carl Scott maybe wasn't available or was available if the Seahawks got eliminated, maybe he gets the job. Doesn't mean that they didn't like Durante Jones, right? Or even if they hired Durante Jones and he just blew them away, doesn't mean they didn't like Carl Scott or Patrick Graham or anybody else. Because I think we've all, you go to a workplace and it's like, hey, we got this new position opening up. Which one of your peers should get that job? And you've been in a situation where there are like 2 or 3 of my peers that I can see doing that job. This is the same type of situation. You can have 2 or 3 candidates that you really enjoy, and maybe some of it is that kicker of, listen, we get essentially 3 weeks to be fully honest with you, because even if you have to wait 2 weeks for the Super Bowl to come and go, then you bring him in, then you sign the contract. By the time you really get on the ground running with a Super Bowl contending D coordinator, it's been 3 weeks now. And so really by hiring someone now, you're getting a 3-week jump on that process, which I think is incredibly important. So what really, how all that kind of stuff went down, like, I don't know that we'll ever find that out, especially with this organization as buttoned up as they have been. Right. But ultimately at the end of the day, the important thing is, did you get the right guy for the job? And we'll find out.
We got a comment here. It says David's a sneakerhead. He stays in and orders a fresh addition to his collection. Got to ask you, did you get the 9s?
I didn't. I'm actually holding off right now because I've got 2 pair that I haven't even worn yet. So my rule, and this is just my own, I don't know, I just inflict this on myself, but it's only a Jordan's rule. It's only for Jays. But anytime I get a new pair of Jays, the first time I wear them is to a game. And I basically just ended up with too many. And so I ran out of games because there's no playoffs this year. And so I've got 2 pairs that are sitting on my couch in boxes that haven't been broken out yet. So I'm sure I'll add to the collections because it's just who I am. But for right now, I'm kind of chilling on it.
Were you able to get a pair of the Gamma 9s that Al gave? He gave some
the
away.
11s.
So. Yep. Yeah. The Gamma.
Yeah,
sorry, Gammas. Yeah.
That's one of them. So the Gamma 11s, and I actually got a pair of Space Jam 11s. I've been I've actually been talking to DQ about the Space Jam 11s for a while, and I haven't pulled the trigger on them. I've been kind of hoping maybe that Nike was just going to bring them out and I might try to get them on drop instead of on resale, but I finally pulled the trigger on them.
What size you in, Dave? What size? I got a pair for sale. If you know, if
I got them now. I got them now.
Yeah,
So I got them now.
So.
But yeah, that's the two that I've got. I've got the Gamma 11s and the Space Jam 11s right now sitting in my office.
Absolutely outstanding because I don't have the Space Jams, but I got the Gammas and the 9s. All the shoe stores were closed here in Texas because we had that ice. So I went and picked mine up today.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I'm waiting for this new Kobe's to come out too. So I'm a Kobe.
I'm waiting to win the lottery so I can get those M&M 4s. That's what I'm waiting for.
It's going to take a lottery check to get those for real. It's going to take a lottery check. All right, let's get back to a little bit more football here. Let's talk about these two games that went on this weekend. What did you like, David? And did the best teams win? Start off with the AFC, New England and Denver.
I think at their healthiest, the Patriots, the Broncos are really well matched. I would argue that at their healthiest, the Broncos are the better team. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Bo Nix being out, Troy Franklin being out, certainly didn't help matters. J.K. Dobbins not being able to come back, the weather, and I know it's like you can't be the Denver Broncos and then complain about Colorado weather impacting your game, right? So, but the weather, and that's that we have this conversation about should every NFL team have a dome or should they play outside? When it's a general run of the mill game, I love the football weather, I love the sloppiness of it, I love the what if about it and all that stuff. But when major things are on the line, like trips to the Super Bowl, things like that, I'd rather just see both these teams playing at their fullest strength. So that's just kind of my take on the AFC Championship game. Personally, the NFC Championship game obviously was played in much better conditions. I mean, Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba, just putting on clinics.
Crazy.
Devontae Adams, I thought he was going to take over the game there for a minute, but he continues to show that he can be successful pretty much no matter where he is. And that Seahawks defense, man, I think ultimately at the end of the day, just, the team that made enough plays. And that's one of the instances. I don't really get excited for playoff matchups between division rivals because to me, it's kind of boring. We already see you guys play each other twice every year. We don't need to see it a third time, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to be good games. And the Rams and Seahawks definitely delivered a really good game.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your early lean, David? Seattle or
I'm going Seattle. I'm going Seattle. I don't know that anything's going to take me off Seattle.
Or straight up with the 4.5 or that.
I don't even know what the spread is. That the spread is Seahawks by 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, I think they're going to win by 10. So I'll take the points.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're going to win by 10. So I can do that. I haven't actually made my bets yet to be fully transparent, but I'll jump on my FanDuel app before kickoff and get a little bit of money laid down. And I do mean a little bit of money. I'm talking $5. I don't gamble. I spend my money on shoes. I don't spend my money on gambling. So
wise man. That's what you got to spend them on. You got to spend it on shoes. You can't mess with
Pick. It'll be like Pick, man, having us all in the poorhouse for the show because he's listening on the gambling. He's losing all the money gambling on the weekends.
I can't mess with that right now. I can't mess with that comment right now, but it's okay. I can't. I just can't. Al, you got me. You got me stumped right there.
I can't
do it. Right? I can't do it. Oh my God, David, man, we thank you for jumping on with us, and I will get back with you to see when we can have you on again for a time and date that works for both of us.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Good to see you. I appreciate you.
It's always great to have you, man.
Make sure you
guys check out David Harrison and his teammate Anthony Armstrong as they do Locked On Commanders podcast, man. So you have to check them out if you're not messing with Locked On Commanders. You're missing a ton. So yeah, Al, you were right. It is 4.5 right now. I think it started out a little bit heavier.
It started at 3. I think it started at 3. It jumped.
It jumped up to 5 too. It went up to 5
and then went back down.
The money came in.
What is happening?
Well, we got 2 weeks to go back and forth. So
right,
because Seattle's the favorite right now at 4.5.
If you think like David and think that they're going to win by 10, that was a great time.
A great time.
That was a great, especially early. But I think
if you would have got it at 3.5, that would have been even better.
Right.
I think everybody's riding that. I think a week to prepare, and that defense that New England's been playing better. I think Sam Pumpkin Mode is always an option, even though
I'm trying to tell you.
he surprised me.
Run that back out,
Play
Sam. What?
Pumpkin Mode for Sam Donald is
Pumpkin.
always in play.
Okay.
Right.
So even
Pumpkin.
though he surprised me and played extremely well this week, and it almost showed up, but I think the Rams in third down, that defense on third down of Seattle it was incredible. Let's say it that way. Sam Donald played incredible on third down, and the defense of Seattle played incredible on third down. Even those the MVP Matt Stafford had an incredible game as well. But like I said, I appreciate it. And I'm like David. I didn't want to see a third time of matchup, but I thought we had the two best teams in the NFC. So regardless of being the trilogy, I thought it was the two teams that deserved to be there, and it gave us what we were looking for, which was a game to the end. And I have to reiterate what David said as well. I thought the weather ruined that Patriots Denver game in the second half and made it all.
Like David said, also you cannot be from Denver, play in an outdoor stadium all
and be
season,
mad.
and then be mad at the weather.
I'm talking from a viewer standpoint. From a viewer standpoint, not from a football standpoint, because both of those teams are outdoor teams, and snow and elements is part of it. And I wanted New England to win because I did for the same reason. I didn't want to see a Bo Nix-less Denver show up in the Super Bowl and not making it competitive. I wanted to see both teams as best as possible at full strength in the Super Bowl. And I think we got it. I mean, both teams New England's played consistently the best over the season in the AFC outside of Denver. And I think Seattle has been the strongest team down the stretch by far. And they've gone through the gauntlet coming into the playoffs, beating San Francisco. Beating
the Rams.
Beating the Rams.
Beating who else did they beat? The Bears? Okay, yeah. All right, so listen. I didn't put this on the rundown because I wanted immediate reactions from you all. So this is a surprise question.
Like a setup.
It's not a setup. It's not a setup. But this is a question for you all.
Yes.
And I think it may be one I may have asked before, but hey, we're going to do it again. The 2024 quarterback class. They've been in the league for 2 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if Bo Nix wouldn't have got hurt, it would have been a 2024 draft classmate versus a 2024 draft classmate in Drake May. Jaden Daniels last year was in the NFC Championship game. Caleb Williams was in the divisional round this year.
Yeah.
Am I missing anybody here? Am I missing anybody?
We'll say that. And he missing Penix. Psych.
Right. Well, listen.
I swear to pettiness.
This 2024 draft class is a problem.
Yes.
For classes such as Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud.
Oh, why are you mentioning him?
Yeah. For Herbal Essence.
Aww.
Down there.
Herbal
Essence down there in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
My question being to you all, hey, is there? I think I asked Al this, man. Do y'all see a playoff without somebody from the 2024 class?
Well, we asked the question. I think was who. I think you asked the question.
It was me and you.
Who would win the most Super Bowls?
Who's going to win more Super Bowls? Yeah,
or the first Super Bowl, the most Super Bowls of that class.
Of the 2 classes or of that class?
The 2024 class. The 2024 class. Them 6 quarterbacks that were drafted. JJ McCarthy.
Who's going to win the most Super Bowls? All of them.
Jaden, Caleb. Yeah,
I said Caleb. I think you said Jaden.
I said Jaden.
You said Drake May. What did you say, Drake? Someone said Drake May.
I said Jaden. Somebody in the chat said.
I think it was John said Drake May.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna say this, man. I was looking at quarterback rankings, and this is going to surprise you all because this is going to be very pro y'all and very different for me. I don't like the shade, man. They're giving y'all boy Jaden Daniels, man. I think that by if you look at the 2 years, Caleb's year this year and Jaden's year last year, Jaden actually had the better year.
He did.
And I mean, I know injuries is part of football, and I think scheme wise and coaching wise, you all totally let him down this year, especially with and Adam Peters. Let him down, but not putting like I told you, putting the weapons around him to let the young boy flourish. But all the hoopla is about Caleb and May. I think, like I said, I think they need to pump the brakes. And once again, like I say, give it another year. I don't think you really see how good a quarterback is until after year 4. Because then he's pretty much seen everything that they can throw at him. And that's why I would say even slow up on Jaden this year, because the coordinators had time to prepare for him. Right. And I would say the same thing. Caleb finally got a coach. Give them a year to put the schemes in place off a year's worth of film from Ben Johnson. Of course, they're going to make adjustments. And Drake May, new scheme, new coordinator. Give them a year to give schemes to counteract what they've done this year. And then judge after year 4.
Okay, here we go. Listen, Al, I hope that you are ready to explain why you haven't been on a golf course yet with our next guest, but it's coming. It's coming. Listen,
he has every right to
we gotta,
give me the lashes. Give me the lashes, man.
We got a treat. We got our guy Lou Holder coming in, and look, Al gone.
Al disappeared.
Al's gone.
Oh, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Hey, Lou, how are you?
Hey, Lou.
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
I'm looking good, man. How you doing, man?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's been a minute.
Too long.
And we understand that you went a whole golf season.
Man, I ain't gonna talk about it, man.
But did you get a chance to play a few times? And how did you shoot? That's my question.
I mean, my game's under construction.
Okay.
And so it's always going to be under construction, but it's our pastime now. It's what I do for enjoyment now. So
yeah,
I ain't on tour, so I ain't expecting to,
With this snow out here, the only thing we can do is just grab a club and practice a little bit in our time. We're pretty much not going anywhere.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There are not a lot of guests that I don't give. I tell them what we would like to talk about with them, but this one right here, right? This guest, we invite him on and say, "What's on your mind?" So we can react to what he has on his mind. So, what's on your mind, Lou?
Well, where do I begin? I mean, I am. It's an interesting time in Washington for that football team.
You got a birthday shout out right there.
That's not a birthday shout out. Come on, brother. Read.
Well, you know what he was talking about.
That's a belated Founders Day for my brothers of Kappa Alpha
Exactly.
Psi.
That's what I was talking about.
You said a birthday. It ain't my birthday.
Well, yeah, you're my bad. Founders Day.
My birthday.
Founders Day. Founders Day.
I'm trying to help you, Tupac, but you went out there.
Founders Day.
I mean, you went out there, Hey, I'm right. So listen. That class of 2024 that had Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, and Bo Nix, right? They're all going to be compared to one another, right?
Yeah.
And after 2 years of being in the NFL, advantage Drake May.
We was just talking about it.
Advantage Drake May. And actually, Jaden Daniels is not even second. Bo Nix has been in the playoffs twice.
Yep.
Yes.
Bo Nix was in the playoffs twice.
My rookie of the year last year.
And so now, all of them going into their third year, what's on my mind is this going to be really interesting. It's like an arms race now because let's go through all of this, right? You got Caleb Williams, right? His first year was trash, but he had Eberflus who didn't know what the heck he was doing, right? Ben Johnson comes in And Caleb Williams like turns things around and looks every bit like the first pick in the draft, right? But he doesn't get to the divisional round, right? So that's that story, right? Jaden Daniels, second year, first year was on fire. New head coach, this offensive coordinator, but then things just went. I mean, now you don't have a 4 and whatever schedule. You got a big time schedule. Everybody and their mama wanted to see this team on TV. And there was times like this team's not even TV worthy, right? And so he's going into his third year, right, with a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, and a head coach who is honestly on the hot seat.
Yeah.
He is honestly on the hot seat. And I'll get to the reason why he's on the hot seat in a second, right? Okay. You got Drake May, right? His first year was trash, right? But they were for it, but he comes back, right? This is Vrabel is the man that Kraft wanted all along, right? Yep. The black head coach that they had in there before him, that was just a holding pattern until Vrabel was ready, right?
I'm about to say, Luke, why not hire him last year?
I don't know. Well, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, but Vrabel is in there. They went on a 4-13 schedule. They had some whatever, and they got all the way to the divisional. I mean, to the championship round, and got lucky or got fortunate that Bo Nix wasn't in that game, right? Yeah. So either Bo Nix or Drake May was going to go to the Super Bowl, right? And so one of those two had to, by default, from this, I'm really just now concentrating on that rookie class, on that 2-year class, right? Okay. And then you got Bo Nix, who's been in the playoffs twice, and if he didn't hurt his leg or whatever, who knows what would have happened, but he's in a good system.
Yes, he is.
With Peyton. Sean Payton knew what he wanted when he got him, right? And their defense is sick. They got some things going on. So when you look at that, Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy are NA, non-applicable, because they don't apply to this conversation. But those 4 quarterbacks are forever going to be linked, not just because of the talent that they have, but the head coach and the offensive coordinator that is connected to those quarterbacks, right. all on rookie deals, because when those guys' deals are up, all of those franchises are going to have to make major decisions because all of them are playing very, very well, right?
Yep.
I got to tell you, out of those 4 quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels is in the most precarious position out of all 4 of them.
Preach.
As far as what's connected to them going forward, right? Now, Blau and Durante Jones could be phenomenal. They could be phenomenal. But neither one of them has been a coordinator in their lives, right? Yep. In the NFL. So Dan Quinn is hooking his future to 2 people who haven't done the job in the hot seat in the cooker yet, right? Yep. So what's on my mind is it's going to be very, very interesting because that class, because of who this franchise has in that class, right, is going to be very, very interesting to see what goes forward, because Jaden was just one step away from making the Super Bowl. And who knows, if the Eagles had a backup quarterback and didn't have Jalen Hurts playing in that game last year, who knows what would have happened, right? You got to have breaks. You got to have bounces. But, man, when I'm watching that game and I'm watching the playoffs and I'm watching all 3 of those guys make the playoffs and Jaden at home hurt, right? But the year before, Jaden was in there and Bo Nix was in there, and so it's just interesting. I think it's all settling in for the year number 3. What is going to happen with those coaches, those offensive coordinators, and that quarterback combined? Because we all know the most important position on the field is that quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's on my mind. I'm really, really interested. The honeymoon is over here in Washington. Like you can only go off of culture and sayings on buildings for so long. At some point,
You got to play football.
At some point, there has to be, consistent, and the drop off this year in so many things, like the tackling that was bad. I mean, that Seattle game, the Denver game was a little bit better, but the Seattle game was just ugly. I mean, there was stuff that you can't even. They weren't even like the regression of Mikey Sanderstill and Quan Martin and a bunch of those guys was alarming. I mean, it was alarming. You would think that they never played football before in some of the games that they had. So there's a lot of things that need to go right just to get back into the playoffs. And the reason why I say that McCarthy, that Dan Quinn is in the hot seat, right, is because you can't tell me, I'm going to throw it out there. You can't tell me that Josh Harris has not put Adam Peters on alert that if this thing doesn't go the way I want to, I'm reaching out to Mike Tomlin and see if he wants to come out of retirement and coach right up from the 7-5-7.
Yeah.
Sean Payton did it. The New Orleans Saints, the Denver Broncos paid, right? And they paid to get Sean Payton to Denver. You can't tell me that Josh Harris, with that caliber of coach sitting around, right? You can't tell me.
Leave my boy alone, Lou.
He got a quarterback.
Yeah, your boy.
Listen, he's been looking for a quarterback, and you can say since Ben Roethlisberger that Tomlin has been looking for a quarterback. But Lou, the thing I want to ask you is this: yes, you spoke about Adam Peters and the talent and putting talent around Jaden. We know that last year he half stepped on the contract with Terry and thought it wasn't a priority. Didn't know that Terry is the heartbeat of this team. Didn't understand that. But going into this year, do you think he understands the assignment when it comes to this offense and this defense is getting playmakers on this defense and putting more talent on the offense, whether it be in free agency or the draft?
Well, we will see, because if they don't get Laramie Tunsil signed quickly, I'm going to be furious, because it's going to be, why are we playing around with this? Like, that guy needs to be signed like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Right? That is going to tell me all I need to know if they have learned their lessons with this Terry thing and whatever. Laramie Tunsil needs to be signed immediately. If you are at all interested in protecting number 5, right? Laramie Tunsil needs to be the first thing that you do before you go after any free agents, before the draft. You need to lock that dude up. Yep. We haven't had anybody that dominant or that stable in that position since Trent left.
Well, let's talk about it. That left side. Once they put Chris Paul over there on that left side and he didn't come back out, that left side became solidified, right? And then you had to wait for your right guard to get back off of a injured ACL, MCL, whatever L it was, right? Your center has played very well, and then you had a rookie at your right tackle. Why would you want to mess with that? Why not bring that back, and then whatever depth pieces you have or whatever personnel you go get adds to that group, because you went a year without major injuries to your offensive line, right? That's not going to happen twice. That's just not going to happen. This is a 100% contact sport. They're in 100% contact and accidents every play. You're going to have some injuries there.
Like I said, it's going to be the where they go with Laramie Tunsil is going to be telling you all you need to know. I just that is the one thing that you need to that should not be a storyline for the media going into training camp. It shouldn't be the storyline for the media going into the combat. Like, that thing needs to be locked up and done like ASAP. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, the price and the drama is just going to keep going up. Do you want the man or not?
I got a question for that. I got a question about that, Lou. Do you, if you do sign this guy, do you put in any type of, you have him buy it? Leadership is also what you need from Tunzel, along with play on the field. And rumors are that I've heard is that he hasn't been in off season, hasn't been a guy who seemingly has been doing the voluntary stuff that they would like to see to bring along some of these younger
Who
guys.
cares?
It's important for your team
No,
building.
it's not.
Lou.
But you know what I've been hearing, and you know what I'm seeing? That he's brought along Josh Connerly. He's been there tutoring the guy and everything like that. All this stuff. I mean, people not showing up for voluntary this and voluntary that. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you got guys who are like that. Like Joe Gibbs was dealing with Man and Manly and all those. I mean, you're gonna have those people, but when it was time to play football. When it was time to play football, and it was time when you in the locker room and you're interviewing Josh Connerly, and Josh Connerly says Laramie Tunsil has been a massive influence on me. That's all I need to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like enough for me to bring him back. Like, where are you going to go? Right? Even if he's not there for all of the stuff, where are you going to go, Al, on that on to anchor that left side if he goes? I mean, they don't fall out of they. We found out with Trent, like it's hard to find somebody who's actually serviceable. And again, this is a quarterback on a rookie deal who is now looking to see what this franchise is going to do because, I mean. Who's certain that he wants to stay in Washington if he doesn't like what he's seeing? Like they need to put like that's what Vrabel and that's what New England did. They threw in a bunch of money and they got people around this Drake May kid, and he was in the conversation for MVP. Still is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, Lou.
I mean, shoot, we saw the movie The Blind Side. Like after you got to put that money there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean,
I think you should be signed, but I do think you
said was all true. You got to go after some playmakers. You got to go out. Look, I hope all the mock drafts are absolutely in our favor. That Miami edge rusher Ruben, Bain,
the Cowboys.
If he drops to 7, look, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
That's the future cowboy you talking about, Lou. That's the future cowboy you talking about.
Who said it?
I mean, what is this
and
guy?
How, Shway?
Who said that?
Man, what is this guy talking about?
Al just likes to talk sometimes.
I
Come
know,
on,
I know.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But that is what's on my mind.
Okay.
Charting and following this now very, very intriguing 2024 draft class of those 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, those 6 quarterbacks is really 4 because Atlanta's a mess and Penix, I don't know, right? And JJ McCarthy can't stay healthy, right? But out of the gate, the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 9th, the 10th pick in the draft, they in some pretty good situations.
They are.
But out of the 4, the one in Washington to me is 4th. Like, I mean, I just see the turnaround, but we'll see what happens because that New England's not going to get a 4-12 schedule, just like Washington didn't get a 4 and whatever. It's going to be stacked against them next year. We'll see what Drake May does and whatever. But Robert Kraft is going to spend some money.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft is going to spend some money, and the Commanders got money. They have money.
Yeah.
And so, like that song from, that reggae group. Now that we found love, what are we going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have money, what you going to do with it?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
But there's no need to hold on to it because what happened last year has got to be erased big time. And Dan Quinn, I'm not saying that he's a lame duck coach, but I'm just saying that it's going to take a lot to get back with 2 unknown quantities at your most important coordinator positions and you got the arms race is now increased with Harbaugh going to the Giants, right? The it's just going to be very, very interesting. So what's on my mind is that that rookie class, that 2024 class is going to be one to watch because they're going to be measured against each other for their entire careers.
Yeah.
They all have stepped up and done some amazing stuff. Usually, you know what? You have a class that's 4 or 5 deep and maybe 2, right? Not 4.
Right.
But I got
not 4.
You said,
I mean, 4 of them are in actually really good positions that they could actually be on the mouths of MVP and conversations of postseason awards because of the systems and the environments that they're in. It's going to be intriguing. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you would do a 30 for 30 on in 25 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Some people have compared him to that class with Dan Marino, that quarterback class that came out. Lady A, you're up.
So Jason Simmons.
Go ahead.
Jason Simmons has been interviewed by the new Steelers head coach. I'm not naming no names, sorry, Al. But what are your thoughts about losing him? Because he's being interviewed for a DC position.
I mean,
as far as a whole in our coaching staff.
I mean, I thought Anthony Lynn was going to get, some cracks, right? I mean, they got talented people on that roster. I mean, on that thing. So, I mean, the guy, the personnel going to Stanford to be the head coach. And I mean, we're going to lose people, Lady A.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely going to lose people. There's talented people on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are my thoughts about losing him? I hope he gets a job.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I want them all. I mean, I hope Daryl Tapp gets a job. I hope all those guys. I mean, it's not like they was bad.
Right.
It all started from the top. Mm-hmm. I think that Dan Quinn should have just taken over the duties and had, he's the best at what he does. He's going to be the best at what he does, but he's put all of his faith in Durante Jones. And, I'm rooting for Durante Jones, Bishop McNamara, Capitol Heights, Bowie State, Temple. He's got so many things that I love. Morgan State. He got so many things that I love about him. But if I'm Dan Quinn, you had really just hitched your entire future on 2 people who haven't done the job in a pressure situation. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And then you're going to lose your superstars too.
Yeah. So
okay,
but Laramie Tunsil, that whole thing has got to be taken care of. Yeah. Whatever taken care of means, that thing you can't let that go.
Can't let it linger
like it did with Terry. Because I mean that's not good. It's not if you have, like you said, if you have learned your lesson from the whole thing and how Terry McLaurin's storyline cannot be part, you can't have the story of 2025, 2026 without mentioning the Terry McLaurin thing. You just can't, right? You don't want this 2020, 2027 season going in with any Laramie Tunsil or any, drama. You just can't do it. Not 2 years in a row. Not when you have money. And not when you know that this is a man that you want to keep. You gave up a lot to get him.
Yeah.
Why would you let him walk out the door? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's moves that this franchise is making and this regime is making that now the honeymoon period is over. Like, I mean, I'm glad we got Adam Peters because he was the best of what we wanted at the time, right? There was no other he was coveted by everybody in the league, right? And again, the first year was just it was Camelot. Oh my God, it was
easy
great,
the first
right?
year, Lou.
Now the adversity is hitting, and you'll see what happens.
Yeah,
don't put your hands on your head, Al. It's okay.
Al was like home. He's like home alone.
The person who cheers for the Stars should not even be in this conversation.
The one star.
No, we're not gonna throw stones in the glass house, baby.
Well, I mean, you've been
You got one star.
before the beginning.
Lou, you have finally said the name I've been waiting for you to say, Adam Peters. You just said Dan Quinn, you just said coordinators, and picking Jaden Daniels was easy. What has Adam Peters done? He brought you a quarterback that couldn't stay healthy, that all he did was get pass interferences. He brought you an older roster, got rid of younger talent. At what point does Adam Peters have to show up and earn his money? You don't have a lot of draft picks because you traded a lot of them away. You talk about spending money, but you know in this league, you got to draft well to have a consistent team. We saw what spending money did last year. It got you to last place. So what are you going to tell me Adam Peters has to earn his money?
I'm telling you that now. Like everybody's I told you that the honeymoon's over for the regime. Right?
Yeah, but you mean, like you said, he did a great job year one drafting, and Jay Daniels was easy, getting number 2 pick.
I mean, come on. You telling me Josh Connerly's a bust? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying Josh.
No. Are you telling me Bill?
What I'm saying is Cam Curl wasn't a bust.
Corey Krosky
Cam Curl wasn't a bust. He just played in the NFC Championship game.
But he didn't draft him.
That was before. That was before they got here.
They got rid of Forbes.
He didn't draft either one of them.
Forbes wasn't a bust. He got rid of him too. He just played the
Forbes is a bust.
He played well for the Rams.
Forbes needs a sandwich, and that is.
And he still can't tackle.
You keep telling about all these players that he's gotten rid of that are playing for better teams and playing well.
Hold on, correct me if I'm wrong.
GM too.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's the problem.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Cam Curl was gone before they got here.
Yep.
That was not an Adam Peters move.
Okay. It was other guys that contributed very well. For teams that you're getting rid of a team that's lacking talent, that didn't have quality backups, and that was the oldest team with a second-year quarterback in the league. Make sense out of that for me.
Yeah, I hear you, Al, and I like your passion. You did have some good points in there, but you know,
they came in next to last. I'm sorry, the Giants came in last.
You had some good points.
They fact checking you, bro. They fact checking you.
I'm sorry, Tim.
I mean, you get a little excited.
I know you're proud of that.
You get a little excited, bro. You get a little excited.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna say it with your chest, at least say it right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Came in next to last. That's better. Does that make sense? Does that make you feel
a little bit of sense. Make a little bit of sense.
Look. Adam Peters has hit on some, but he hasn't hit on as many as we would like in the first 2 years. Like I'm still waiting for Ben Sinnott to show up, right? But you know, Trey Amos has shown some promise. I mean, you know, they got to get the right coaches with him. Look, Newton. I mean that 6 sack game, whatever 4 sack game he has. I mean, we know that it's in him, right? So there are some players that you can actually say that, hey, look, if Mikey Sanders still, you will not let me. I cannot go there and say that Mikey Sanders still is not a good player. I mean, he's just been in back. So again, if you get the groceries and the coach and the coaches don't know what to do with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at what point do you say, look, you know, because Mikey, we've seen Mikey play. Mikey,
he can play.
I mean, he can play. I don't know what happened last year, but that first year, that boy was headhunting, right? I know Quan Martin.
He got forced to the outside last year.
I know Quan Martin can play, right? And you know, I will never say, you know, use excuses and everything like that. But my goodness, they never had a full complement of anything on that defense. I mean, Will Harris, Dietrich. Well, I mean, all these people that were gone. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really, really bad. So I'm just saying that I am not upset that we got Adam Peters as a GM.
Right. That's true.
But to your point, Al, I mean, he's got to hit on this draft, and because again, I think everybody can actually say that it was going to take a couple of years for them to turn around that roster to be truly Adam Peters' roster, right? Yeah. I mean, you know, you know, Jahan Dotson, you got rid of him. You got rid of Emmanuel Forbes. Cam Curl was already gone. There are some pieces that and it never fails. You go to another system, you go to another place, and they look better than they were when he was here. Ozzy, Islamade Zacchaeus goes to Chicago. You're going to have those. You're going to have those.
Yeah.
So again, I just think that it's in the third year now, right? You are going to have an easier schedule than you did last year because you were butt. You were butt, right?
You need that.
And I would be happy if this team is never on prime time at all next year. Be in that 1 o'clock window.
You don't like the shine, baby.
Huh?
You don't like the shine? That's the spotlight.
You guys never do good in it.
Oh, come on. They put us on there for a reason, Lou. It ain't because we lose.
Yeah,
it ain't because we lose.
It ain't because you win either.
It is. We do win in prime time. We just don't win after prime time. That's our problem. Like I said, we'll be okay. That's our problem.
We don't win after prime time.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I never heard that. I never heard that one before. Lou, you said you got one more thing on your mind.
Please.
So, we talk about on the field excellence a lot, and this is the first time I've been on since we got the news of this. I just want to give kudos to Bobby Wagner for getting his MBA from Howard University while playing football. Like in the midst of 2 football seasons, this guy was in class, taking classes to better his life after football. He has more money than he'll ever know what to do with, but he is a progressive example of life after football. I mean, he's part owner of the Seattle Storm, the WNBA team. He's just, for 2 years that he's been here, he's been the Washington Commanders representative for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Mm-hmm. I mean, I keep telling people, because you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Bobby's lost a step here. I don't know if he should be around or not. I don't know what they're going to come up with, if it's going to be a reduced role or whatever. But if that game in Philadelphia was his last game, but by the way, joins London Fletcher and
Ray
Lewis as the only players in the entire league to have 2,000 tackles, and that's the linebacker's main responsibility, is to tackle people and back the line. I mean, he's done his job better than almost anybody else who's ever played the game, right? And on top of that, to have the wherewithal to go and get your MBA, he's going to have a cap and gown on in May and walk at Howard University. I just feel that that's the kind of stuff we don't talk about.
True.
We talk about GMs, we talk about quarterbacks, we talk about all this stuff, but I'm telling you, time, place, position, whatever, Bobby Wagner will go down as one of the most interesting and one of the most important free agent signings that this franchise ever had, because when they needed him, right? And we don't even go into how he's mentored Jaden Daniels and the younger guys. You go back, if you can, go back and look at that video after the Eagles game where London Fletcher gave the game ball to Bobby Wagner for breaking the record, for getting into the 2,000 tackle club.
Yep.
The joyous jumping up and down that Jaden Daniels and Mikey Sanderstill and all these young guys that Bobby Wagner has mentored tells you everything you need to know about leadership on and off the field, right? And so if I'm on the First String podcast and I'm talking about what's on my mind, I don't want to miss a moment being in that locker room with a future Hall of Famer. And I will say that this ain't going to be one where they get it wrong. No, right? You're going to have to wait 25 years to get in whatever. This guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer, chose to come here. And the defense was crap this year and this past year, whatever like that. But when it comes to integrity, there was no bite. There was no craziness going on, whatever. Bobby Wagner had that. Him and Zach Ertz and Vaughn Miller and a couple. They had that locker room on lock. But Bobby Wagner, I mean, kudos. I just want to give it up for Bobby and getting
He's
his
a character guy.
It means a lot because I'm all about education. I'm an educator now. I teach, right? And to do that while you're playing football,
Right.
that means on the planes, during practice, whatever after practice. I mean, this guy has his head in books, right? Doing virtual classes and everything like that. It's hard doing that without all the stuff that is required of him.
That he has to study as the middle linebacker to
That's
get
what I'm
everybody.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
And he had those 11:59 deadlines.
The news cycle goes on quickly, and we're off to other things. But I want to bring it back to congratulations to this, this phenomenal athlete who is actually thinking about life after football while he's playing football.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And a lot of these guys who don't know what they're going to do after football because they don't plan for it, they never thought that the cheering was going to end. This guy is doing it.
He has his head on straight.
He's doing it.
The Seattle Seahawks great.
He's picking Magic Johnson's brain every single day. Like, how do you become a businessman that's going to be, significant after you finish playing, right? Yeah. And that's why I respect somebody like Bobby Wagner, right? Yeah. He's not. I mean, you don't get to 2,000. You don't get anywhere near 2,000 tackles if you ain't good at your position.
Exactly.
But then you have the brain and the wherewithal to go after business opportunities and whatever, while you're playing. That's what's on my mind, Toothpick.
Hey, Lou, we appreciate you for letting us know what's going on and what's on your mind.
Yeah.
We have to get you back. We'll get you back. I will stay in touch with you to have you back on and everything like that. But man, you gave us a lot to chew on here, which we are about to do for sure. So thank you so much for joining us today.
And Lou,
I appreciate it.
First week of May. First week of May. Hold that for me. That's going to be our time. We're going to be out the first week of May.
Look at Lou's face. Look at Lou's face, Al.
I deserve that. But
he's like, you can't put me on promise, Al.
I'm going to make it right. I'm set the first week of May. I'm putting it in my phone, putting it in my calendar. I'm going to find Lou. We're going to find a golf course. And we're going to have our friendly banter, as we always do. Like I said,
Lou, just let me know if he actually calls. I can be there to take photos and for this momentous occasion.
We're gonna need some social media for that.
Yes, yes, for this momentous occasion. It's going to be amazing if that were to happen.
Lou, I got 10. I got 10 that says his golf outfit will be better than his game.
I promise you.
Listen. Both can be true. You gotta look good to play good. You know what I'm saying? But can I make a Super Bowl prediction?
Yeah. We're not letting you get away without that one.
I don't want anybody from that class to get a Super Bowl before Jaden Daniels. So I'm going to Seattle.
Okay.
I don't want Drake May. I don't want anybody getting a quarterback before Jaden Daniels.
Jaden may never get
I'm
one.
Selfish.
Jaden may never get one, Lou.
Don't do him like that.
Jaden may never get one, Lou. What are you talking
Neither
about?
will Dak.
Yeah, you're right. But Dak got a 10-year head start. We know he's not
he still ain't there.
Neither will Dak.
Jaden got further than Dak. Dang. Al, you shouldn't have brought that up.
I told you.
Neither will Dak.
Let's say NFC Championship game in either one of our stadiums.
What's that now?
I don't see any banners in either stadium that says NFC Championship game participant.
You have to play.
But you're the only one that acts like you belong there.
We're working towards
none of the other teams in the division. Black. Cowboys stand for can't operate with Bamas on your squad.
Bam.
Cowboys stand for.
You took a while to get that one out. Did you have that?
If y'all didn't blah so much, right? But then it's like, this is our year, blah, 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 blah.
Every year.
First of all, your owner needs to get out of the way, right?
He won't.
No. Let him stay right where he is. Let him stay right where he is.
In theory, too.
I think he's doing a fine job.
I've
I think
sent all
Jerry's
the
doing
rat
an
poison I can
outstanding
send. I'm
job.
out.
He's
I've
doing
sent
a fine
all
job.
the rat poison I can send. I guess he ain't taking it. I'm sorry.
He
won't
put it
take
on. He put it on his sidewalk to melt the ice.
Yeah. As long as that man is there, he's wait. I mean, he should apologize.
He won't.
For wasting a year of Dak Prescott's career this year.
Several years.
Hold on. Hey Al, I think there are comments for you.
The Cowboys Super Bowl window been shut so long, moss and roots have grown over it. The building has been condemned. Yo, do you need me for anything else? Because
yes. Well, thank you for reading that. Look, thank
John,
you for reading
that's true. John, you're so true. Pick, you see that? Pick, you put that on.
Hold on. Tress Way has thrown more passes in the NFC Championship game than dang.
True statement.
But I will say this though.
Yes,
I will say this. Tress Way cannot be our best player year after year.
He's a free agent as well.
Continues to be.
Tress is a free agent as well.
He's a free agent.
I mean, he can't be our only Pro Bowler every single
absolutely.
You know, I mean, we got to have more people going to postseason whatever than Tress Way. I mean, Tress Way is great at what he does, but that just shows you that there was just not enough plays being made. I mean,
talent or the roster.
I mean, they're you know,
absolutely.
I mean, how long are we going to avoid the fact that Rodriguez can play running back in this league? Like, what are we doing? Like hiding him? You know what I'm saying? Like he should be playing. Chris Rodriguez should be playing. He should be part of the bell cow thing with Bill. Like, I don't, you know, there was just a lot. But I mean, let's think about it. Austin Eckler, Will Harris, Dietrich Wise, Armstrong, Zach Ertz. I mean, the list just goes on and on of all the people got hurt in 1 year, right? It was just one of those train wrecks.
Yeah,
it was just one of those.
At least the last time that we heard about all the injuries, like we knew it was like our roster wasn't that built up the last time this happened, but you could see that these folks that went down this year, they absolutely mattered to this team, and this team was depending on those players. I mean, when your wide receiver room is hurt and you don't have your 1, 2, or your 3, your 1, your suspect 2, and
we saw the right.
Yeah,
and then you have no defensive ends. Yeah. It's going to affect you. The game
but again, Cliff Kingsbury did not do a good job.
No, he didn't.
Because with all those things that you had mentioned, right? Jaden Dan, I mean, the running game should have been more profound and pronounced. Like, I mean, you had no, like you said, you had no wide receivers, right? And I will say, going back to your point, Al, Deebo Samuels was not a miss at all.
No, he was not. He was surprising.
No, they brought him in here. Deebo Samuels was not a miss at all. Yeah. And actually, he was not brought here to be a number 1. He was brought here. Terry was supposed to be taking the tops off the defense, and he was supposed to be doing all this stuff underneath. Yep. But I tell you what, those first 3 or 4 games of the season, Deebo was getting off. He was getting off. Yep. You know, and that was Adam Peters. Adam Peters brought him here. So if you're gonna ding him, where'd he go?
Where'd Al go?
You know what? Dropped off the face of the earth.
You know what?
It got too hot for him.
You know what? That's what I'm talking about. See, that's the stuff I'm talking about. He's on that stuff. He's on that stuff. But I'm gonna continue my point. If Al was gonna go after Adam Peters and what we said, you know, where's all these draft picks? I think they've been there. Like, you know, like it's too. But the honeymoon is over. Like those people need to produce.
Yeah, you have to have.
Josh Connolly grew up before our very eyes. Yeah, I mean, the first 4 or 5 games of the season, he was getting the best edge rusher in the league at those times, right? Yep. And he held his own. He didn't miss a game.
He didn't blink. He didn't blink.
That boy is the truth. That boy is the truth. So you got to take little steps, right? Again, I'll go back. I'm disappointed that Ben Sinnott hasn't been that Chris Cooley, that whatever that matchup problem. I thought we were going to get more out of him, but Jazon Newton, I'm glad to see that he can actually play some football because that was a draft pick. I mean, you had other people. Look, you know what? That's the stuff I'm talking about, Lady A.
It is
stuff I'm talking about. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen the first week of May.
Stop it, Lou. Stop it.
That's what's going to happen the first week of May.
2 picks Wi-Fi over here, and this.
No, you ain't got picks Wi-Fi. Not
your
today.
Wi-Fi. Is it frozen like the snow on the ground?
Something's happening else. I don't know what's going on.
DC freeze.
Well,
and listen, what I was saying, Al, before you interrupted me with your silence and your disappearing, right, is that if you're going to ding Adam Peters for certain things, you got to give him credit for the ones that he did go ahead and was aggressive at. Debo worked. Josh Connolly has worked. Jazon Newton has worked. Like, I mean, we need to see more. But I mean, there's been some things there that that you can say, you know what? The only one, the most egregious one for me so far, to me, as I said, is Ben Sinnott. I thought Ben Sinnott was going to be that Chris Cooley type that was going to make so much more of an impact than what he has been. But I mean, you really, really got to. Cliff Kingsbury was the offensive coordinator more for the quarterback than he was for the entire offense.
He put so much on the quarterback's plate.
Correct.
He thought he was at USC.
I heard Stink Brandon. I'm sorry. I heard Mark Schlereth today. Stink. He say this game is all about running the ball, not about throwing the ball all over the place and bubble screens here and there. It is let your 5 offensive linemen bully people down the field, run the ball on defense. Those 4 down, that 7-man front is supposed to stop people from running the ball. It's not about the passing game. And if you look at who's going to the Super Bowl, look at what you got. You cannot deny it.
Well, I'm going to go a step further. It's not just about the running game. I mean, this man played. See, that's why you can't get over on people in this area, because when you see Joe Jackson Gibbs do it, right? You cannot. We know what the truth looks like, so you can't tell us a lie and you can't show us a lie, right? It's always been not about the X's and the O's. It's been about the Jimmys and the Joes, right? Yep. You got to be able to work your game plan around the talent that you have, right?
And adjust when they make adjustments to you.
Yeah.
And so if you didn't have somebody to take the top off the defense like Terry, and then Noah Brown was hurt and Debo Samuels ended up being your one, why weren't they running the ball more? Like, this offensive line could have been running the ball, but we ran it, and then Bill disappeared, and then they got rid of B-Rob. They got rid of B-Rob. And so you're sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, why is Chris Rodriguez not in the game?
Not even active.
Why aren't you pounding these people when offensive linemen, if you pour truth serum into them, they would rather run block than pass block any day of the week. They want to push people around.
Yep.
And they had the personnel to do it, and Cliff Kingsbury wanted to run all these other wide, it just didn't work.
But he ran your quarterback.
That's the offense, huh?
But he ran your quarterback like he was a running back.
I'm saying that goes on the offensive coordinator. That doesn't go under the GM, Al.
You're right. I said you're right. I said, but what I'm saying is, Lou, you
go to the grocery store and you get groceries and you bring them in and they sit out in the car and they spoil. That's the grocer's fault.
No, but whose idea was last year was to come in with the mindset of we've made it. We're just a few players away. So I'm gonna get rid of my youth and bring in all these old AARP guys that and and your team got it does. This is still a young man's game, Lou. I say it all the time. I know you can bring in some old veterans, and you had him in Bobby Wagner, you had him in Hertz, and you got the most out of those guys. But this is still a young man's game, and trench warfare reigns supreme year in, year out. And I've always said that the pick: you win the trenches, you win the ball games, and you all will win the trenches, but then do something crazy behind it. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, we asked Candy Waller all year because she was like, I'm excited about the running back room and the offensive line, and she said, when they went to Madrid, Chris Rodriguez had he was averaging like 11 yards a run. Since the third quarter came, and my man is on the sideline with his helmet on, ready to go back into the game, and never put him back in the game.
Yep.
So, Lou, you're not the only one to say this. We've been asking the same thing.
The game of football has not changed. Like, you got to be able to control the line of scrimmages, and you got to be able to run the football. I mean, in our division, in the division that we are in, with Dallas and New York and Philadelphia, you got to be able to run the football in November and December. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And so this team had that, and they did not utilize it enough. They did not utilize it enough. You got the bad breaks, but there's the way they were losing games. And it's just like, wait a minute, I'm not getting paid near as much money to figure this thing out, and I know what to do. I mean, you got to be able to figure that thing out, right?
Yeah.
And so now you remove the defensive coordinator, you take over the responsibilities. I mean, actually, he should have taken over everything like Tom Landry and gotten rid of both of them, right? Because none of them were doing what they were supposed to do, right?
That's my thing. If you tell the
If I'm going, look that scene from New Jack City when Nino Brown goes, yo, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody.
Everybody went.
Yup.
So, Lou, I had a question too, real quick, Lou.
Kareem Akbar from the bank. That's the real head of the CMB.
That's him in the corner.
I'm going down. I'm taking a whole bunch of people with me.
Nino was a snitch.
This is bigger than all of us.
So, do the Giants have the best quarterback in the best coach in the division?
He has a Super Bowl.
I'm just saying. Does the Giants?
I've
had this argument with friends. I think they have the best coach in the division right now, which will make the Giants different.
That's a good question. That's the good question.
He has a Super Bowl ring.
Well, I mean, so does Sirianni. So.
Yeah, but I think he has a system that we've seen work for a long time.
John, you know what? To all the people in Pittsburgh and all the people in Baltimore that were bitching and complaining that, you got your change now.
You got what you deserve.
Got your change because now you got McCarthy and you got Minter. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. To answer your question, as far as pedigree and as far as establishing whatever, I mean, it's there. I mean, I saw the same thing in Baltimore, and I told Toothpick this offline. I saw the same thing in Baltimore that I saw in Philadelphia at the end of Andy Reid's time there, right? Great coach, but his voice was just stale there, right? Then Andy Reid goes on to Kansas City and wins multiple Super Bowls. Now, I'm not saying that Harbaugh is going to go to the Giants and win multiple Super Bowls, but I was like, y'all are stupid if you think that John Harbaugh is the problem here. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, good. Now you got what you want. And this John Harbaugh saw, he said, oh, Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, and Neighbors. Oh, sign me up for that.
Shoot, and what's the guy, the boy that
not to mention the defense.
Big sexy Dexy. I mean, you got it makes no sense why that team doesn't win.
It's an arms race. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now. And at any time that the Dallas Cowboys want to enter the chat, let me know.
Yeah, I got you, Lou. I got you.
Anytime you all want to enter the chat, let me know.
Hey, Lou, one more thing before you go, because we got to push on with the rest of the show. Oh my God. It was about John Harbaugh here. Do you think that they brought up the fact that he only has that one Super Bowl, Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Suggs, and all those guys, do you think that their talent, the way that they played, those leaders, that they didn't have those leaders to buy in with him and push forward with that team?
I don't think I understand your question. None of these
My question
coaches,
is, my question is,
none of these coaches are without the players. Like
no. My question
the
is,
players make the coach.
yes. My question is, when he won his Super Bowl, he had
Yes.
Ray Lewis,
Yes.
Ed Reed. He had
Yes.
a bunch of hungry dogs on that team.
Okay.
Now, do you think he still had that same type leadership that allowed his voice to become stale on the team that he just left with Baltimore over the last couple of years?
Well,
'Cause you
no,
don't see it.
but he never had a quarterback like Lamar either. So I mean,
He's
it's
never
like
had that.
so it's like you look, the longevity that he had there is commendable. Same with
Right.
same with Tomlin. I mean, but his voice was just stale there, right? I mean, even if Ray and all them were there, like after a while, your voice, that's a long time to be in one position in the NFL. It just doesn't happen. Like it's Tom Landry, it's Shula, it's Chuck Noll. It's Cal. I mean, that's the list. Like, outside of Pittsburgh and Dallas and the Miami, where else have you seen a coach that has been there for that long of a period of time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen. So now Harbaugh and I mean, it doesn't happen in any sport. I was just at the UConn women's basketball game. Gina Auriemma has been doing that for 30 years.
Yes.
but he's been
Yeah,
doing it
he
with
did
a
it in
dog with his squad
And
every time.
he's reinvented himself too. He reinvented himself.
And so that coaching longevity, that's a topic. That's a topic all itself for the next First String podcast. Coaching longevity, like it just don't happen, right?
Yeah.
Right. We got to bring you back.
So I
We gotta bring you back,
don't
Lou.
care. I don't care how good Harbaugh was in Baltimore or whatever. At some point, you and the organization know that it's just not working there. Like some of the stuff that was happening there with the Zabe Flowers and the whatever. I mean, it was just like, yo, that shouldn't happen under your watch. So he's going to go to the Giants, and the bar is so low there. He's going to be instant success.
It's true.
Instant
As long as he
success
beats
They're
there
going to believe
in
in him.
New York.
They're going to work the wall
The
for
bar
him.
is so low,
Yeah.
right? He's going to have. I mean, what is he getting? $100 million for 4 years?
5 years. Yep.
5 years? I mean, come on, man.
Let's go get
And
it.
another 10 million for his coaching, and another 10 million for his coaching staff. A year.
Right.
Mm.
And Mike Tomlin's going to go into the booth and instantly be the best analyst there is, right? He's going to sit out a year, and then there's going to be multiple suitors that are going to come after him to get him. He is not done coaching. He wanted to spend time with his family. That's a way to say, you know what? I just need a year off to go and
$20 million
whatever.
for the next 2
But
years to retire.
that man is a football coach,
Through and
and
through.
he got a lot left in the tank.
He's
Yep.
53.
And if they're not careful, he could be in burgundy and gold when they get
I
into
promise
that
you he will.
stadium.
I
Don't
promise
do
you.
that. Don't do
Al,
that.
you can't
Al.
make promises for somebody.
I promise
can't-
you. I got anything to do with it.
You can't make
Al,
promises.
I'll
for
call
somebody
him.
else,
I'll
Al.
call his
Good thing you
brother.
don't.
I'll call his cousin. I know them all. I call them all. Don't let it happen.
Haters gonna hate, Lou. Haters gonna hate.
Anytime the Dallas Cowboys want to enter the chat, let me know.
Mm.
Thank you, Lou.
All right.
Thanks,
Have a good one,
Lou.
Lou. First week
All
of May,
right.
Lou.
Y'all be good.
Alrighty.
All right.
That was Lou Holder. Hold on.
Oh, he
Hold
said
on.
talk
What you say,
to
Lou?
Yeah, Al said something when I
first
was
week.
leaving. I'll see you the 1st of May. And, I
First
just
week
said,
of May.
first week of May. I heard it.
I'm on standby. Just
And
in
what
case.
and you know that song by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
We're gonna be like, do you remember the 21st night of September? That's when we're gonna be playing golf because May.
You
gonna
okay,
happen.
Lou? Thank you, man.
I mean, but Lady A,
Yes.
I need you there to document it.
I will be there.
Call both
Most
of them.
definitely.
My phone will be like this because
I am not calling him. He needs to call me because
I will call you. Just return the call.
and the sad thing about it is for people listening and watching the show, we live less than 10 miles away from one another.
Really?
Yeah, Al.
Al, I told you I live in Bowie. Where you live?
I'm in Manassas Woodbridge now. See, I'm far on the other side now.
Wait, now when we started the show.
No, I used to live on that side. Yes, I
That's
did.
what I'm saying. Oh, now listen. Now it's gonna be harder to get together.
No, but I work in
Annapolis.
I work in Annapolis, so you're good.
Okay, I'll come out to Woodbridge. Virginia got some good golf course. I'll come out there.
I will come out there, Al.
We just need Lady A. You
I will come out
gotta pay
there.
for her mileage. Al.
I might fly up.
We'll make it Woodmore. We'll do Woodmore one day.
Okay,
that's
Woodmore. That's not
That's
bad.
fine. That's fine. That's the Black Country Club. That's fine.
That's it right there.
That's
I'll
fine.
go.
That's fine.
Hey, I'll bring my club.
Two picks. Fly up.
I will. Hey, the first week of May, golf on Al. I'm
do
there.
it. Let's do a live first string podcast from Woodmore.
I can make that happen.
Hey, that sounds like a plan.
Make that happen. I'll get Doc Walker. I'll get B. We'll make it happen. We'll get Candy. We'll get Candy. We'll get Donna. We'll get all of them.
All of them.
First week of May. We ain't got nothing happening. Got you.
I'm
there. Be right
Al,
after
you in
the draft.
trouble now, Al. Hey, brush off all the credit cards, Al. This round's on you.
Yeah.
This round's on you, Al.
I'll build the show.
What color is the card, Al?
Al, 2 picks looking for per diem, bro.
I am.
Look, Al, what color is the card?
Looking for per diem.
Al, what color is the card?
You tell me.
No. What color is your card?
Oh, we okay. We all right. We all right.
I'll see y'all. Thanks for having
me.
Lou.
Thanks, Lou.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you. That was Lou Holder from First String Podcast. Man, listen, Al, you got everybody hyped. It said toothpick. Me and you can take
Man, tell them watch their mouth.
Take
Watch their mouth, man. You better check my gin. Don't be playing games with me. They ain't gonna challenge me and Lou. Now I don't know what Lou do, but I'll hold up the game for both of them.
Come on, you know Lou's still backstage listening to you now, Al.
I'll hold up both me and Lou. I ain't talking bad against Lou.
No,
sit there play me and Lou.
Bring me back. I don't need you to hold anything for me, bro.
Oh, Lou, don't you do that?
No. I would not ask to play with you if my game was raggedy, bro.
There you go.
Let me tell you something.
We talk bad about raggedy games.
Listen, I am not going to embarrass myself on a golf course. I will tell you that.
Good to hear.
I gotta go.
Put some respect on his name.
I gotta go brush the dust off of my golf club.
Now, my game in August is a lot different than my game in May because I played more rounds. But right off the bat, first time out, I ain't gonna embarrass you.
Lou, we gonna have a good time regardless.
You don't need to carry me. No, I'm good. I'm good.
You tell him. Put some respect on his name.
In a foursome, I'm gonna post up.
Oh, you oppose? Okay, that's what.
Yeah. So if any two want to come, look, I ain't gonna embarrass nobody.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
I already know. Doc is gonna drive the cart. Now,
he's talking trash for you.
I know.
You might want to just be like, "Hey, wait."
Listen, I just said I got to dust my golf clubs off. Now,
I don't know about Toothpick's game at all. I don't know about Toothpick's game at all.
Listen, hold on. I will. I can promise you this. I'll be on the golf courses before y'all because it'll get hotter down here, and our golf courses will open up.
45 or better.
No, don't say that because that means your game should be better when we see.
That means you're talking trash.
I mean, if we talk about the first week of May now, I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there every chance I get to get it and hit some balls.
We hear you.
All right, this a lot of talking going on
here. We hear you. Don't forget, I'm coming to report.
All because you've been ditching me.
Yeah, you're right, John.
If we had played already, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I played too much for you to have played with me already. So it's my apologies. I will make
I appreciate you manning up.
Mondays and Wednesdays are the best days.
His behavior is so.
We do a Monday shoot around.
What did you say, Lady A? His behavior what?
His behavior is so Cowboys. That's what they do.
Now I'm really gone. I'm really
now,
gone.
Wait. As I look, the first week in May, Friday's the 1st. So you talk about the 3rd through the 9th of May.
Yes,
Al,
that works better. Whatever new schedule works.
Okay, great. So
Mondays, like I said, we do a Monday shoot around every Monday.
We hear you right now, Al. We hear you.
Just put it in our group chat and we'll figure it out.
We'll do.
Got you. All right.
Toothpick got to get those economy flights.
I got to start looking for the flights right now.
Because Al ain't
So
gonna
I can be
pay.
there, but, you know, Al's paying for the round, so I can pay for the flight.
Or he gonna be doing a John Madden, getting on a bus.
No, God.
No, I'm not busting it home.
Do they got trains coming
not
from
busting it home.
Dallas?
Just tell them those socks and flip flops. That's all that is.
Come on, man.
He was in
Al,
Jamaica.
Hey, Woodmore wouldn't allow that. Woodmore's not.
What are you
gonna allow
talking
that.
about, Al? When you go through security, you got to take off your shoes. I'm not one of those people that walk around barefoot.
No,
airport.
no, I'm really out. I'm not trying to deal with airplane talk. I'm out.
All right, later, Lou.
All right, peace.
All right, that was the great Lou Holder who joined us, giving us a lot of time today. Looks like we will be playing golf in May, but
I will be recording.
He put some things on our mind, literally about that 2024 quarterback class, and I didn't know that was what Lou was going to talk about, but we had gotten into that earlier, and Lou came right into it with this. I mean, this 2024 quarterback class has put the league on notice now.
They have
put the league on notice, and for folks that want to talk about Josh Allen and, you know, Trevor Lawrence and Lamar, you guys better work harder, because this rookie class, they don't know nothing but NFC championship games, being there and trying to go to the Super Bowl. They are hungry.
Well, playoffs, because I mean they'll be heavy in the playoffs. Like it's
heavy
a thing.
In the playoffs. Yes. Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Last year and this year. So
absolutely.
And to be a rookie, you know, like, you know, of course we were able to experience our rookie quarterback going to the championship, but let's talk about how many rookie quarterbacks made it to the playoffs, period. You know, that particular year, that's a feat. That's amazing, just to make it to the playoffs and divisional rounds and things like that.
Absolutely. Al, listen.
But to lose point real quick, Pick, like I said to you all, I think year 4 is who we'll know for several reasons. One, like I said, Lou made an important fact. You got to give Bo Nix his credit. He's been in 2 years in a row, but he's the only one that's had consistency at coordinator and coach. Jane, new coordinator, new year. Same thing with Caleb, and even the other kid, even McCarthy. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. I mean, like I said, year 4, and Drake May, new coach, new system, give a defense another year. So I think like I said, year 4, we're going to know what we have and see what Stefanski can do with Penix in Atlanta for said's sake. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think year 4 is where we'll know what we exactly have. But I'm sorry, Pick, you saying something.
I was gonna say, throw the rundown out with the bathwater. Keep the baby, but throw the rundown out. The last thing we always take care of is your foursome.
Well, the tell you my foursome is this year. Lou Holder. Lou Holder is going to be back to the foursome. That's the foursome. You ain't got to worry about nobody this weekend. He didn't got me riled up, so you keep this.
You got me riled up.
You keep this on recorded. Lou Holder is in my foursome this year. Don't worry about who else. We ain't got no more stars.
No more places, huh? No.
Lou Holder, Lady A. She.
Thank you. I got mentioned.
You made it too. You've been paying for it all year, so you might as well give me.
I haven't been paying for nothing. Just when you see that with the bill run.
I'm telling you, I'm coming. I'm coming home. So we might as well get ready, because Lou said he wants Doc, he wants B Mitch to be there, he wants First String Podcast to be there. Candy. So listen, it'll be you, Candy, Seawall. So he want everybody out there. So
it should be a good time. We'll make it happen.
It sounds like a good time gonna be had, and Al's credit card is gonna be smoking.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sounds like it's not going to be a cheap day for me. So
it's not going to be a cheap day, bro. It's not. It is not. Lady A,
I'll take care of it.
I wish I had a larger appetite.
Lady A, when was the last time you got kidnapped?
What?
The night you took it to the go-go, the world of go-go. A couple weeks ago, I was witness.
You was a witness, Lady A.
I do not need to be kidnapped again. Okay.
Yes, Lady A, you will be. You should know this already.
You're being kidnapped there's a bar. And I know how you like them spirits sometimes, like you been
the game. Me?
Who me? Ain't no owls over here.
Yeah. I can't drink.
Just one owl.
I can't even drink.
You can drink a cup of vodka daiquiris.
I cannot drink.
I mean, I'm sorry. Virgin daiquiri. That's it, vodka daiquiri.
I'm
Lord,
about to say,
virgin daiquiris. Lord have mercy.
Al, that's a drink.
Vodka daiquiris. That is definitely a
Right,
drink.
That's a
what
nasty daiquiri at that.
That's definitely a drink. That's a choice. That is a choice.
Virgin daiquiri. Excuse me, lady.
Well, looks like we'll have to get this. Man, I got to go out here and get these golf courses right. I got to stretch this back out.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
here
just
it
have
comes.
a nice little outfit and a cover for my phone.
Oh my God.
All
right.
Like I said, we'll have cops. I call my people there, and I call my man Britt to come up, people that want more and get it set up for that.
Yeah,
for
there
that
you
first
go.
week.
Set that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and the thing is, the only day probably won't be is Monday. They're closed on the golf course is closed on Monday.
That's fine
We'll
because I
do it
got
during the week, like Tuesday through Friday is the best time.
Hey
We'll
man,
set
if I'm
it.
coming home on a Tuesday, we might as well go ahead and have an early shooting of the. Listen, we backstage talking up front right now.
That's it.
Man, we really appreciate each and every one of y'all joining the show for real. And we will keep you guys posted on what is absolutely coming up next. This Saturday when we do our show, we will have one of our guys back. We'll have Quentin Carr back with us on this Saturday. We were supposed to do
QC.
we supposed to do a live stream on Sunday, but we didn't because snow weather and people were tired. So that's on me. So I'll own that one, and we'll have Quentin on Saturday with us, and we'll tell you who we have next week once I get it all confirmed up. So again, thank you all for joining First String Podcast. Be safe, bundle up, stay warm. It's cold, and don't forget to take breaks while you shoveling snow.
Hey, don't drive over that ice, please.
Yeah, please don't.
All right. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Said would say, go dogs. I say, raise hell.
Just